Welcome back to the Cinema Clubhouse podcast. I'm Travis.
And I'm Will.
And today, Will, it's another list.
We love lists, Travis.
You know, we should change the name to just
The List Podcast?
The List Podcast. But I can't even speak.
There's probably like 4 of those.
Well, we'll keep the name then. No, today we're doing our top 5 movie posters of all time.
Love it.
We love movie posters here at Cinema Clubhouse.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like a good movie poster?
Yeah, we love trailers and we also love posters.
We are really big fans of the marketing for these movies.
Yeah, we're just marketing shills.
That's
That's
right.
what we are, Travis.
That's all we are. So yeah, we're going to do our top 5 back and forth, as always.
As always.
This was a little harder to... It's similar to the trailer list, Will. You misremember.
Yeah.
Like, how good a trailer was, how good a poster was because of, like, oh, I love this movie. And then you go back, and you're like, that poster's all right. It's nothing crazy. So it was a lot of research.
Most of the time, at least these days, the posters don't do the movie justice.
No.
I feel like 80% of posters out there are just like 12 floating heads and the title and
Yeah.
And there you go.
Or just like put text over this scene.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then we don't have to do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Movie posters these days really don't pack the punch that they used to. I don't feel the amount of thought into it as much.
You have your exceptions in there.
Yeah.
As always, still great artists out there. But
yeah.
It does. I agree with you. I feel like posters of the past had a little more artistry to them.
A little bit. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's do this list, Will. You want to kick us off?
No, you go.
Fine, I'll go. I'll go.
Didn't expect that.
No, Will, I don't even know how to talk first. Okay, so are we doing this 1 to 5 or just 5? These are our 5.
Yeah, this isn't ranked in any particular order.
Because I was like, I don't know if I necessarily have them ranked.
Yeah, I don't have them ranked either, and you'll see why.
Okay. All right. So then I'm just going to go with the first one that I wrote down.
Please.
So my first poster is a teaser poster for the movie Hook.
Nice.
And it's just the hook. That's it.
I remember.
There's nothing else on it. It's so good. It's clean. It's simple. That image has always stuck with me since I was a kid, and I've always loved that poster.
It's a sweet looking hook, you know.
It is.
It's the teaser poster, similar to the teaser trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's for both of us. That's what kind of hit us best. Like,
well, yeah, it's the first glimpse of this.
The first glimpse.
So you want to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
And usually they do that with both poster and trailer.
Yeah, and with that one, you know, it's Captain Hook.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, there's no question. But it doesn't give you any more information. But you're like, I'm excited for that. Like,
yeah.
And it's also a really good movie.
It helps.
It helps.
Yeah.
But just the hook alone, I love it. I've always loved that image.
Yeah, I love posters like that where it's just like you don't get a title. It just one thing that you know it's the perfect representation of a movie. It's the movie's title.
It's
you know. But yeah, it's great. You got I can see the shine.
Yeah.
On the hook.
Yeah. The hook on the black background with it just lit up so nice. Can't beat it. So that's the first one. That's good. It's on my list.
That's a good way to kick us off. I'll kind of go along the same lines. So like you said, very tough to make this list. In order to help myself narrow things down, I kind of broke it into 5 categories.
Okay.
That way I can gush about a handful of other ones.
That way you can be like, look at all the research I did. And I'm like, yeah, I came up with them on the way over.
But yeah, the first one I'll go with is a teaser.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, teaser posters. I kind of broke it into teaser / concept.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Doesn't give away like necessarily anything about the movie. It's just kind of something abstract.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you that little tease.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I went with mine. I went with the poster for The Descent. It's
Good one.
It's one, as I was kind of looking back through posters, like I forgot how much I liked it.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect representation of the movie, but you know, if you haven't seen it, and I'm sure we'll maybe show you guys what it looks like as we're talking about it, but
They have no idea what we're talking about.
but yeah, it's got that. It's basically got all the characters, and they're making the shape of like a skull.
Mm-hmm. That's a good image.
Yeah, and it's just it's one of those that you like kind of double take. Like,
Yeah,
you gotta really like look at it to see what
for sure.
it is, but,
And that's a striking image.
yeah, but
That's
like
a good one.
represents the movie great. Like, you know, it gives you that idea of the peril that these girls are about to be in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, to my memory, it doesn't really give away like the twists or
Nope.
anything.
No, that's all it is. It's just their bodies in the shape of a skull, and that's it. So yeah, it doesn't give you anything, but it intrigues you.
Yeah, I
Just like, okay,
I appreciate the creativity of it. Like, you know, if I saw this poster, you know, I think the title is on the poster, but
yeah, it is.
like if I just saw this no title at all, just as an image, like just as a poster itself, I'd be like, I need answers.
I need more.
What
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah.
Give me more.
That's a good one, Will.
Yeah.
It's definitely one that remembering it is good. One I never got to in my research, but
Yeah.
again, there's
Some.
so many. It's just, where do you start? And you start with how you did it. Break it down into categories, then you can find these things.
Yeah.
Or just do it like me and say, yeah, I got a list, Will. I got one. I can
Well,
make
it
it work.
wasn't necessarily helping to find these. It was just more so like,
Narrow it down.
how do I narrow it down?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm gonna pick, you know, all 3 Indiana Jones trilogy posters.
Yeah. That counts as one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one, Will. That's a good one. All right, I'm gonna go for my second one. I have this poster.
Okay.
I have it in an oversized poster, meaning it hasn't been cut yet. So it has like all the extra borders, so it hasn't been cut to movie theater size. So too big to put to frame. But this image has always, like, I think it's what made my first love of this villain is remembering this image, and that is the poster for Sleeping Beauty. The one where Maleficent is standing above and then it turns into flame, and then Sleeping Beauty is. It's so good, and it's very vibrant and very colorful. Let me try that again. It's very vibrant in the story. But that is one of my favorite posters for an animated movie.
It's a good one. Yeah. I just trying to remember it for myself. It's
right here, Will. Just look at it.
Oh,
There it is.
Can't wait for the after.
Can't wait for me to put it on the other side.
Yeah.
It's over there, you idiot.
But yeah, like you said, very bright, very vibrant, colorful. Like it really pops.
Yeah.
Like it's just a good. That's a common theme with the posters I picked too. It's just something that you want to have on your wall, just as a poster.
Or if you see it in a group of posters, it stands out. Something about it stands out.
Yeah.
And that's what I was kind of doing. If I had these all back to back to back, kind of like this set, do they pop out from that or do they blend in? And the ones I picked, I feel like pop out from that.
Yeah. That's good. I think we're starting off with some not necessarily obscure ones, but
probably more obscure than most people.
But not something you're gonna see on a wall at someone's door.
No. If they have that, they're super cool, and you should be friends with them.
Yeah, we need to be friends. That's good though. All right, so next one I'm going with is gonna be what I call the logo poster.
Okay.
I call it the logo poster because it's got a logo on it.
Well,
are you following me here?
I think we got it.
Awesome. Yeah. So
you should write a book, Will. This is a book. You know why it's a book? Because you're reading it out of a book.
No, I had to narrow down the logo posters. There's so many like iconic posters that are just the logo.
Yeah.
People know immediately what the movie is. You know, ones that didn't make my list, like Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Solid.
Iconic.
And you know what it is.
I mean, no one knows the Ghostbusters without that logo. Like,
that's right.
That logo is Ghostbusters.
Right.
The Mortal Kombat logo. That one was
close.
Was so close. It almost made it. I love that one with, you know, the dragon and the flame.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear the theme music.
Yeah.
Same with Ghostbusters too. But if you know me, this one's pretty obvious where I'm going. It's the original 1989 Batman poster.
Of course. You can also hear that music as well.
I can also hear Danny Elfman.
Too good.
But yeah, that, again, just so iconic.
Yeah.
Obviously very biased as a
yeah.
Yeah, it is my,
it's bold.
It's my Batman.
Yeah.
Like, you know, love the Batmans that have come after. It's the best one.
Yeah.
You
heard it here first.
It's facts.
It's a fact.
Sorry, Nolan heads, but
we only spit facts here at Cinema Clubhouse.
We only spit facts. But no, it's just, like I said, iconic.
Yeah.
That is my Batman logo.
That's a good one. It's nice. It has nice contrast. You know, just, again, pops out. Yeah. That stands out. It's bold. It's that gold and black.
And it was good first image that kind of showed everyone, like, we mean business with this one.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't your bang pow.
Yeah.
Kind of Batman.
No, there's something else.
This is something else.
That's good, Will.
Had to do it, Travis.
All right. Well, keeping on that train.
Heck yeah.
You teed me up for my third one. Another teaser.
Instinct.
Another teaser, and it's behind you, Will. That is the Why So Serious Dark Knight poster. That was kind of a first glimpse at what the Joker was going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Yeah. Couldn't
really see him, but you got his presence and, you know, the silhouette, the striking silhouette.
Your grandpa's Joker.
No, this is unfortunately our Joker. No, that I've always loved that. Like when that first came out, I was like, this is going to be my favorite movie of 2008. And yeah, it was.
Yeah. I think it probably was mine.
It was.
There's a good chance.
It's a solid chance. It was so good. But it started with that, you know, getting your first glimpse at the Joker and, you know, trying to piece it together like, oh my gosh, how is this going to be? And it's just a, you know, striking image that it invokes fear.
Yeah.
In my children when they walk by it.
In me.
In everyone.
Yeah.
But no, that I couldn't have a list without having some form of the Dark Knight marketing because they had really good posters.
It's a great poster. If I didn't have the Batman logo poster, it would have been that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, it's just it invokes fear.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good representation of the movie because a lot of people would argue it's a Joker movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the standout character in that film.
He definitely stole the show.
Yeah, he stole the show. But it's just a great poster overall. Like,
yeah.
Just cool art choice.
Yeah. Unique. Especially for like the first time we were gonna get a glimpse of him.
Yeah.
Like all of it was, I thought, well thought out, and I just love it.
And it's also kind of our first slogan poster.
Yeah.
We got so far too.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So I'm giving you a category.
There we go. I just don't know that I need categories until it's too late. So that's my third one.
That's good. I'm glad I teed you up for that.
Thank you.
Next one I'll go to is what I just called the frame or scene poster. It just pulls one frame from the movie into the poster. And a lot of good ones there. It's best when the scene itself is iconic.
Yeah.
You know, you're not just gonna pull something random
Yeah.
for your poster.
Random pause moment that makes
it'd be
no
a
sense.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love these because it just reminds you of that iconic moment from the film. So, you know, we're talking ones like Independence Day with the blowing up the White House.
Yep.
Another one I love is the Strangers poster. Just her walking in the living room.
Yes.
See him in the background.
Yeah. Chilling. Yeah.
But ultimately, the one I ended up with for this category is E.T. Specifically, and there's multiple posters, specifically the one with the bike over.
Yep. It's iconic.
Just an iconic image, like I said. Kind of like some of the other ones, like I could hear that John Williams music.
And that's what's cool. That's what's cool about some of these posters is like it's more than just a picture or an illustration of the movie. Like you can hear the dialogue, you can hear the music, you can feel what you felt when you watched it.
Yeah.
But it all started. What started that journey was the poster.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important.
Even before the trailer.
That's why it's important to have good posters, guys.
Yeah.
It's your first look at something. And if like that looks dumb, not gun coming out the gate
Put a
strong.
little effort into it. You know?
Yeah, come on.
All you got to do is pull a scene.
Yeah. Find a good scene that just encapsulates the whole movie.
I'm sure it's touched up a little bit.
You know. No, that's a good one, Will. That's an iconic image. Spielberg, John Williams.
It
Aliens.
It is the Spielberg image.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the,
he's definitely got
a
string of posters.
Yeah.
That are just solid. That's a good one, Will.
Yeah.
E.T. is a good one.
I like it.
I love it. I just love it, Will.
Oh, you want it?
No.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. No, that's the scene you think of when you think of E.T. as well.
Yeah.
For most people, I think. So that's why the poster's even better, because it's just like,
well, that and the other poster they have, which is just.
Yeah. But the bike is just.
Spike's the scene.
The bike's the scene.
Yeah.
That's good, Will. That's good, man. We're cruising through this list.
I know.
I tell you, it's like we knew what we were doing.
I didn't.
Oh.
I just blew us off the spot.
Well, let me see if I can think of the last one. No. That's good, Will. All right, so for this next one, all right, eventually you're going to have to get to some of these iconic posters. I think you just touched a little on.
Beat you to it.
Beat me to it.
What else you got?
This was difficult because honestly, you could just make a list of, like you said, let's just do the Indiana Jones. Let's just do Back to the Future. Let's just do Star Wars. And it's just like, but how do you narrow it down? And a lot of those posters were done by the same artist, so that's why they have the similar feel and joy that, they bring.
Yeah.
For this next one, I just had to go with the most iconic out of all of those. And that's Star Wars.
The original.
1977 Star Wars with Luke and Leia. You know the image. It's somewhere over here. It's just, that is Star Wars. Like, that was what people associated Star Wars with. And like, I think there's, other ones I like a lot, maybe a little more, but I'm like, I can't have a poster list without having the original Star Wars poster.
Interesting. Yeah. No, it's good. It's the one I would have chosen too.
Empire has great posters.
Honestly, Star Wars makes a good poster.
Star Wars has great posters overall.
Yeah.
It was a tough decision. Episode 1, you got Anakin and the Vader shadow teaser. I needed some more official posters, less teasers.
Yeah.
And so, but you don't get that without this first one. So Star Wars has to be.
Yeah, I agree. It would have been weird not having that one show up here.
Yeah.
So,
but it was close. Raiders also had a great poster.
Well, those from the same era.
Same era, same people.
Yeah.
Involved. That Spielberg, George Lucas working together. Usually you get a good image and a good movie.
Yeah.
But had to go with the original Star Wars. It's the most iconic, I think, out of all of them.
Yeah.
Least
least surprising pick so far from you. I knew it had to
Hey,
be there.
You had a Batman, I had a Star Wars. It
You
had
know,
to happen.
we're creatures of habit.
That's right.
We like what we like.
That's
Travis.
We're not trying to pretend to be anyone that we're not.
That's good.
At least today.
At least today. Yeah. So my next one I'm going to pick is what I call the character poster.
Okay.
I didn't coin that title. I could claim I did, and we could edit that out. But you know, it's obviously what it sounds like. It's one that features the character or characters of the film. You know, this includes those ones we hate that are just, you know, stacks of heads on top of each other with the title and all the actors' names. And not that there aren't some ones done stylistically with those, but
they overdid it.
I like a character poster with a little more flair to it. You know, you have your Home Alones. One of my favorites. Didn't quite make it. It was close, but you know, him in the window with Harry and Marv behind him doing the like iconic pose.
Oh yeah.
You have one like Usual Suspects, which, you know, some of you nerds might be like, hey, pretty sure that's a frame from the movie. That's not actually a character poster. Well, I'm going to tell you, you're wrong. It is a character poster because the main character, I'm forgetting his name right now. He's wearing his jacket in the poster, but he's not doing any such thing in the lineup in the movie. So it's different. This is a character poster, Travis.
Lawyered. That's it.
Lawyered. That one didn't make the list though.
Just spent 20 minutes on it. Yeah, that's not on there.
Weirdly enough, the one that made the list is a newer one.
Okay.
Well, fairly new within the past 10 years, but sort of an obscure pick, but it's the Moonlight poster.
Yeah, that is obscure.
It's a really cool poster. You know, some of these when looking through all the posters, putting my list together, like you don't realize how much you like it until you just kind of sits with you.
Yeah.
You know, that was the same thing with like The Descent.
Yeah.
This is another one. Like, it's just a really cool way to do the character poster because it's all three actors in one head.
Yeah.
Like and that's a really great way. It's a really great poster because it's like the movie in that way. Like the movie is split into those three sections.
Yeah.
And you know, the color involved with it, like it's just a really cool poster because of what it represents, because of the style it's done.
Yeah, and it's vibrant. It's a cool image.
Yeah. It's similar to your Sleeping Beauty one where it's like that just the image itself is cool, the way they did it, and that, you know, is just a different way to do your character poster.
Yeah.
Instead of,
it's a little obscure, I think.
It's a lot obscure. Although I wouldn't say a lot, actually. I take that back. I would say it's a fairly popular poster. I see it around.
Yeah.
But
it's like the one image.
It's not like Star Wars,
right?
Batman,
right? Where you have like 20 posters that go with this one movie. Yeah. No, that's a good one, and that's a more unique take, and really deep dive into the, you know, posters and kind of what they can do for the movie.
Yeah.
And how they represent the movie.
Yeah.
Because again, you want your poster to represent what the whole movie is in one image. Yeah. And that's why you need to put some thought into it. It's not just, you know, throw some text out.
Try to, Travis.
I know you do, Will.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right. One spot left.
Last one.
This was tough. With any list, you have big expectations of having all your favorites on it, and then you start adding things to the list and realize I got one spot left.
Okay.
For this one, it was really tough to narrow down to the final spot, but I had to just go with an image that's just been stuck in my head forever, and I always associate it. For a while, I didn't know what it was, but I knew the image. So, but that is the poster for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, with the twisty Johnny Depp face.
Yeah.
It's just a striking, weird image, and that does encapsulate what the movie is
Yeah.
on that one image. But I've always associated that with movies. Like, even before I knew what that was, like, oh, that's a popular movie.
Yeah.
Because the image is pretty popular.
It's a dorm room poster.
It's a dorm room poster. It definitely has a cult following, but it was, I think, one of the first Johnny Depp movie posters I got.
Yeah.
And I got it before I even saw the movie. I was like, I better watch. If I have a poster on my wall, I should probably watch the movie. So
I love that poster. What is that?
I have no idea. It's just
I
a
don't
cool
know.
image. I was that guy. Like, I have no idea. I just like it.
That's my dad.
Yeah. I was hoping you could tell me what that is. But no, that's always one that I've just had stuck in my head. That also scared my children when they would go down the basement and saw it on the wall. They're just like, I don't want to go down there.
It's a weird one.
It's weird,
Yeah.
but it's got Johnny in it. And, I love Johnny Depp. So
It's you definitely can't, you know the poster when you see it.
yeah,
Like, it's one of those that it's indistinguishable from
Mhm.
anything else. Like,
Yeah.
So I get that. Needed a little weird. In our,
need a little
in
weird.
our list. Like, I feel like we haven't really had the weird
No.
poster come up yet.
No, and I had a Disney, I had a Star Wars, so need to spread out my wings a little bit and get
Yeah.
a little more broad
Giving too much love to the mainstream.
into the ones that hold the stake in majority of all things cinema.
Yeah. No, that's good.
So that's my final spot. Again, there was a lot that almost made the list, but I think I have a well-rounded poster list.
I do too. It's a good one. Everyone I can understand it being there. My last one is from the category I just call like art.
Yeah.
It's an art poster. It's artwork. It's not just, a frame from the movie. It's not just all the characters in the movie with the title.
It like enhances
Yeah.
a scene from the movie.
Similar to your Star Wars
Yeah.
poster. Like, it's
With the jacked Luke Skywalker.
yeah, it's a work of art more than anything.
Yeah.
It's something that you want on your wall.
Yeah.
Some honorable mentions I have: Sing Street, a movie that I'll always plug on here as much as I can. Watch Sing Street if you've never seen Sing Street, but that's one that just like pops as kind of like can't think of the art style, just really colorful, kind of like that Sleeping Beauty poster. Kind of pops like that. Another one that was really close that we both kind of talked about, the poster for The Rocketeer. Just that Art Deco sort of look.
Yeah.
So good. Again, it's just something that you could hang in your living room.
Yeah. Striking image.
Yeah.
That's good.
Very good. The one I ultimately went with is potentially the most iconic poster of all time. And that is the Jaws poster. Of course. It's one that it was one of the first ones placed.
Yeah.
And it never moved.
Yeah, and it stayed on that list.
I mean,
That's how the Star Wars one was for me. It's
Yeah.
like, that's on there.
it's one that's like, even if you've never seen the movie, the Jaws poster.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's another dorm room poster.
Yeah.
Like-
I mean, like we said, Spielberg, he knows how to do posters.
He knows
for
how to
his
do
movies.
posters.
Like, all of his posters are great representations of the film you're about to watch.
Perfect. And like, it's the E.T. poster, but like in art form.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's basically the first scene of the movie.
Yeah.
But just iconic poster.
Iconic image that has been copyrighted the most probably out of any of these posters.
Yeah. Great image.
Yeah.
Something you want to hang on your wall. And
Yeah. In your bathroom.
In your bathroom.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
I'll put it up anywhere.
That's right.
But
No, that's a good one. You can't talk about movie posters and not talk about that.
yeah,
I mean, you could. It'd be a lot of
it's like the movie poster.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
I think it's alongside ones like your Fear and Loathing, but or like your Fight Club, your Scarface.
Yeah, you just like an image that you've seen so much you may not have seen the movie, but you like know the image.
That you're pretty sure that everyone you know has it
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah, if
even
they
though
own they own 5 posters, the chance of one of those being the 5 is
Yeah.
very high. Yeah, no, that's good, Will. You gotta have Jaws.
You gotta have just like you gotta have Star Wars. You gotta have Jaws.
Yeah, and I had some again, Jaws fit into that Star Wars and Indiana Jones and Back to the Future, all these iconic art images.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to narrow down, but yeah, that's a good list, Will. I like it.
I'm happy with it. Is there anything that we didn't talk about, that some honorable mentions that you had?
Yeah, I had some honorable mentions. I had one that fell into the logo category,
Yeah.
and that was Jurassic Park.
It's just the logo.
It's just the logo.
Yeah.
The problem was it's just the logo on the poster. For how amazing that movie is, we didn't really get. I needed a little more to make the list, but no, I mean I have that poster at home signed by Jeff Goldblum on the wall.
That's awesome.
It's an iconic image. That one almost made the list. Another one that is always just a striking image. I get similar to the Joker one. It's just like a silhouette of somebody. That was the Unforgiven poster with Clint Eastwood, just like him on the black background, and he's just like lit from the sides. Like it's just
It's cool.
you're like he is the cowboy.
Yeah.
In Western movies, like
Yeah.
and that's what that image. You're just like, yeah. I mean, so that one was a close one. The Star Wars one, I went back and forth on which Star Wars one. Empire has like 10 great ones.
That was also a hard thing with this too, is like figuring out what's the actual like promotional poster they use,
right,
or what's something that wasn't.
Yeah,
It's not necessarily a knockoff, but like it's
like more fan made and not like official.
Yeah, or it's like something that was made after all the promotion of the movie came out, like maybe for a DVD or something like that.
Yeah. Another one I had that was close was the Spider-Man 2 had that. They had like 3 posters where one was Spider-Man and one was Spider-Man and Mary Jane, and it had a tagline.
Yeah.
And the other one was Doc Ock, and then the other one, the one that almost made it, was Spider-Man, and Doc Ock was in reflection of his eye.
Oh yeah.
And it was like I can't remember the sayings, but I have all of them.
Didn't they have one from the train scene too?
Yeah.
That would be a cool one.
Yeah, and then also Spider-Man, the original, Sam Raimi Spider-Man's had great marketing. Those ones were close to making the list. They're just, the colors on them just popping. It's just like Spider-Man. It's a striking image, and you're just like, oh God, yeah, let's go. This is my Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So those were close to list, but again, these things just miss it. It's just not like oh heck no. It's like
on any given
miss
day,
it.
my list might be
Yeah.
3 new
If we do
ones
this next
on
week, it might be different.
Yeah. No, that's good. One more I was going to mention I forgot to before was kind of falls into that teaser.
Mm-hmm.
Is not the main poster, but kind of the posters leading up to the main one for the first Ant-Man, where you just had like what looked like a blank white poster, and it's just you see just in the middle of it is
a tiny little Ant-Man.
Or like they did a bunch of other ones where he was like on Captain America's shield,
on Iron Man's
shoulder.
Good marketing. That's good marketing.
Awesome marketing. Love those posters. Those were in the conversation for the teaser too, but had to bring that up.
Oh, one more. You just that didn't. I don't know why that reminded me of it, but there was one more that was so close to making the list, but already having Sleeping Beauty, I don't have another Disney.
Yeah.
But the Mulan trailer where she's like on the horse, it's a more art style. It's not like a frame of Mulan, but she's on the back of the horse with the sword,
right?
And it's just black with like a red square. It's the color it's just such a good image.
Sometimes the color makes it.
It just pops. It just stands out. That one was close.
Yeah,
it's close, but I went with what I went with.
Had to whittle it down 5.
There's my 5. And the other 10 that we just talked about. We could easily have a list of 100.
We listed 50 posters here.
That's right.
I think the ones we wound up on were good. But
I think so.
What do you guys think? What are your favorite posters? Did we name every poster ever made? Which iconic ones did we leave up our list that you would have on yours? Let us know down in the comments section. While you're down there, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Become part of the conversation. We miss you guys down there. But until next time, this is Cinema Clubhouse.